It has finally arrived. The Q&A. It, I this was supposed to be for 100 subscribers, and it still is, but it took a while to get to the questions, like to the amount of questions that I wanted until I have to make the Q&A. So it took about a month for that, and sorry about that, but here we are. Q&A number 2. Let's get right into it. Jeff McIntyre, is Charlie Woods more likely to replicate his father's professional successes or moral failures? Personally, I think that if having a dad who's one of the greatest pioneers and one of the greatest players to ever exist in the game of golf, I would think you either probably should match his level or even be better than Tiger ever was. Now, it's a lot. It is a lot. Like, you'd have to, I don't know how you'd have to, like, to even beat everything Tiger did, you would literally become the greatest player. You would. And it's so hard to match all of those records, all of the wins and blah 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 with Tiger. It is insane how he's done all that. And if Charlie is playing really good now, imagine how he is in 10 years. He will probably be on the PGA Tour just blasting wins and drives and everything. Ben Hoosier, what's your handicap? Well, my handicap usually starts. It always starts off high in the beginning of the season, and it always ends up being lower by about 2-3 strokes at the end of the season. So by the end of the season in 2022, my handicap was probably, I would have to say, around 3 to 5. Like, I was able to shoot like a 75. I was able to shoot like a 74, 75, but I was also able to shoot a 77, 76. So hopefully that answers your question. Vincent Valencia, would you rather shoot your all-time best round by 5 strokes or shoot 20 over your average, but you got a hole in one? I would rather beat my all-time record by 5 strokes. Dylan Mahan, are you secretly an undercover cop? If you are, you legally have to say so. No, I'm still in high school, Dylan. Griffin Havley, give us your best Italian accent. No. I may be Italian. That doesn't mean I can speak it. No. I am not giving you the accent, okay? Yeah. It was a terrible accent, but you can tell that I am never around fully bred Italian people that have the Italian accent, so yeah. Griffin Havley again. Are you trying to look like the redneck version of Patrick Bateman? Not even close. They say that because of my hair, because it's slicked back, and yeah. That's why. No, I'm not trying to. DC Cotton, biggest rule changes in the last 5 years. A finally good question, you know. I mean, the ones before, the stupid questions, they were all good, but this one's actually a pretty good one. The biggest rule change in the last 5 years. I would have to say when you drop, like, you used to drop it like shoulder height. Now you drop it knee high, which I would say that's the biggest, mostly because in every single golf movie I've ever seen, and the rules like that go way far back, it was always shoulder high. You always dropped it and just like done. You had to stand, you'd stand regularly and drop. But now, since like the last 2 years, you've had to drop it just from your knee. I think that's the biggest change, and which I think that was a pretty good change personally, because when you drop it here, you have a huge chance of just it not plugging, but just getting into the ground farther, making it way more difficult for you. dropping it here doesn't give it that much room or speed to fall down and actually like sink into the grass. It just kind of like plops there. But that's my opinion on the biggest rule change in like the last 5 years.